Welcome to Wise Take DFS Podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You could find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man. Round 2. What's up?
Chilling. I got to look at golf early today.
Yeah, man. I got Joe Musgrove just ruined me. He had a chance to make me. Like, he could have made my night, you know. I was 4 points out of first. It was looking great. 4 points out of first with Joe Musgrove. Now he's doing well, you know. I'm thinking, like, bring him out for one more inning, and they do, and I'm like, okay, here we go. We're about to get it right here. Like, I'm in position for the win. Everything is great. He hits the first batter. And then he gets the pitcher. I'm like, no sweat. He's going to strike out the pitcher, right? Nah. Can't strike out the pitcher. It wasn't his fault. It was an error, but still, can't strike out the pitcher. And then
yeah, that always pisses me off.
Right. And then, of course, long story short, he gave up 2 earned runs. It comes out of the game, gives up and then the relief pitcher gives up a 3-run bomb. And I lose the win, too. So there I am now. I'm in 7th, just sweating to hold on for that. And life comes at you fast, man.
I'm the other way around. If he came out for you said the 8th, right?
No, it was the 7th, actually.
If he come out, I'll be like, no, just leave him. I'll take my points and I'll be happy.
80 pitches. That's it. Hit it.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
80 pitches, man.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I know. But
still,
I know. Don't get me wrong. Hindsight, yeah, I would have much rather him not go out there at all. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Hindsight, sure. I'm with you. I totally understand that. Yeah. But anyway, we got a huge slate here, man. The nation stays hot. That's the point. The nation stays hot. We're still winning over here. We got a...
Yeah, well, I looked at this pitching, and I don't necessarily like this.
Oh, man.
I liked the pitching yesterday much better, and it was like half the games.
Yeah. 15 games, and we don't have like some super solid stud, but we have guys priced like they're super solid studs. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting slate to break down. No cores. We got that.
Like
going
today,
for us.
we had Carrasco against the White Sox at like 10-7.
Yeah. Today the chalk pitchers kind of did their thing. Flaherty and Carrasco.
Yeah, but I mean, today we got Nola up there, Fulton-Navitz up there.
Yeah. And but they're all priced.
Carrasco is too cheap today.
Oh no, I totally agree with that. But like Nola at $12K, Erod 11-1, like these aren't prices that you're totally comfortable with. I mean, you might have to be.
Hell no.
And then even Fulte, Fulte 11-8 for Fulte.
I know. I like Erod today, but at 11-1,
it makes you think.
I don't like
it.
It
makes you think. And the issue is there's not a ton of other options. Everybody's kind of priced up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Let's get this thing rolling with the boys. Actually, first off, Eduardo Rodriguez, the lefty from the Boston Red Sox, CashinDFS's Boston Red Sox, visiting David Hess of the Dead to the Nation Baltimore Orioles. Total here is 9. Baltimore plus 155, home underdogs. 10-mile-per-hour winds projected to blow out to left field. Erod on DraftKings is 11-1. What do you think, man?
Well, I got a couple things to think about. I think that Baltimore should be the underdog every game for the rest of the year because they suck. Yes. I think that I didn't even get to watch this game because I was so interested in Tampa-Toronto. I didn't even look at it. I don't know how Mookie looked at the plate. I just know he got a 0 because I did play him on my main team.
Me too.
At that massive price. I don't care. I'll take my 0 and move on. Whatever. But I need to know if he looked good at the plate or did he hit the ball hard? Was it bad luck? Did he hit it right at people? Did he look terrible? Because he looks terrible. I don't want to pay $5.9. Is he $5.9 again? I mean, probably close.
5.8.
I just know I love him in this ballpark, but if he looked bad, it's hard to pay that price, especially on a huge slate like this. But this guy sucks. David Hess is garbage. He played them earlier this year. He gave up three home runs. I remember it very vividly. I wouldn't be surprised he gave up 3 home runs today. So Boston is one of the best stacks of the day. And Rodriguez, I like in this spot. I like almost every pitcher against Baltimore. But he's expensive. You pay for that. He has not been over 10K all year, I don't think. And today he is 11-1. Pretty sure he hasn't been 10K yet. Right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe, no.
Last time he played Baltimore, he was 9-4, because I remember I played him. Yeah, hasn't been over 10K yet this year. I like him, but I don't like the price. I don't want no bat over there except maybe Machado.
Yeah, man. No, I'm definitely with you. I'm done with the Orioles offense. I mean, I was done for a while. I thought maybe if anybody, maybe they could hit the knuckleballer, and they couldn't even do that. So, yeah, I think to any pitcher against them going forward is going to be an option. And Erod,
That's been like that all year for me, bro.
Of course. No, it has. It's definitely been that way. But, like, literally anyone. Like, I would throw David Hess against his own team. I would. And David Hess, I believe, is terrible. I would throw him against his own team. I would. And I'd pay like $5K for it, $6K for it. I would at this point. But anyway, Erod is definitely an attractive option in this matchup. Even in the small ballpark, everything else. It's just 11-1 makes you uncomfortable. But I think that we're going to find that that's like the theme of the slate. So for now, I think we have to say yes, even at 11-1, because I took a quick look. We'll see if anybody else comes across, but it doesn't get much better. Between Folty, Nola, and Erod, and the prices that you're paying for the other guys they're still overpriced. They're just not as expensive as these guys. So, yeah, I'm into Erod. You got to think against Hess. I know Boston's been cold, but you got to think they could at least get him the win. That get you somewhat security. Wind's blowing out. It's warm and humid. I'm cool with it, man. I think that the Boston bats, I know they've been cold, but I think Hess is the kind of guy they can wake up against. We'll see about Mookie. I don't know. We'll have to dig into that and maybe watch a couple of his at-bats, like you said. I do want to see how he looked up there, but we knew he was good. But yeah, I think the Boston offense definitely an option. And Eduardo Rodriguez, he has to be somebody we have to add to the list, even at 11-1, even though that makes me very uncomfortable, just because the matchup is too good.
I will say for him, if he is chalk, he can't come out and throw a lot of balls. He doesn't go deep into games because he does not like. He'll have a good game and he'll throw 105 pitches in 5 innings, and that's a good game for him because the good dude just like it's almost impossible for him to make it past the 6th. I mean, that's what I will say, and I will also say that Hess is really bad. He doesn't miss. He's just bad.
Agreed.
He's terrible.
Agreed on both aspects. That's why the price for Erod is disturbing.
Yeah.
Next game, John Gray of the Colorado Rockies visiting Aaron Nola of the Philadelphia Phillies. Total in this game currently sitting at 7.5. Philly minus 145 at home. 72 degrees, 46% humidity, 9-mile-per-hour winds projected to be blowing out to center. What do you think of Nola at 12K?
I mean, I like him against this team. I like him at home because he's much better at home, like just what all the Philly pitchers are. I don't like 12K, though. It's close between him and Erod. But he's 900 more. I don't know. I like John Gray a lot more, I'll tell you that. John Gray is my dude. I like the guy. He didn't give no home runs last time, but he got knocked around a little bit. He's not been great. But this Philly team is bad. With Mr. Rice out with a broke jaw.
Back, I thought.
I did see something. He was coming back. He's going to come back today.
He came back a couple games ago. He had a home run in his first game back. It was off a lefty, I believe, too.
Must have been on the weekend.
Yeah, weekend. Well,
he was in the lineup today.
Did they play today? I don't think they played today.
Oh no, maybe not.
Over the weekend.
I don't pay attention on the weekend.
No, on the weekends you're off, but it was over the weekend. It definitely was. But yeah, he is back, and he had a home run.
That's interesting.
Lefty, I think, over the weekend at some point.
That's gonna make the team better. I mean, he was not doing very well, and I was stacking him up earlier this year, leaving him off. They just strike out a ton, and Reese, I love to call him Rice. Reese will come and strike out too. I like John Gray. The one thing that I do know is that I love Charlie Blackmon in Philly. I got guys in the memory bank. Charlie Blackmon is one of them. He absolutely murders in this ballpark. He said it out of his mouth. It is his favorite ballpark to hit in. I don't know why, but he sees the ball well here. So I could play Nola and play Charlie Blackmon because I think Charlie Blackmon is going to go yard.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, you always remember those. I got a terrible memory. I don't have a memory bank.
I just got a few of them that I just know they absolutely murder in
but that's
certain
awesome
buildings.
because I don't have any because my brain just can't hold it, bro. Like, too many chair shots back in my wrestling days. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing stored in there. That's why I do the strategy session. So I got to look at everything all over again. Just kidding. No, but I'm with you, man. Nola. At least we know from Nola that he can go deeper into a game. Like, he's a little more trustworthy to me. A guy like Nola. He has an awesome strikeout rate in general, and especially to righties. It does drop off against lefties, so that definitely puts Blackmon in a pretty good position, I think, considering the fact that, like you said, he likes to hit here. But I'm with you. Nola has a very solid swinging strike rate. I know it's 12K, but I feel like, I don't know, I would feel a little bit more comfortable paying 12K for Nola than paying 11-1 for Erod. Now, if I need the money, that's $900 a lot of money. If I end up needing that for bats, I don't want to sacrifice the bats either. Then maybe I could make that move. But I think if I was going to pick between one of these two guys, it'd probably be Nola. John Gray so far is my favorite. I mean, 8K for John Gray against Philly, I'll take that. Reese is back, but number one, this is a righty. And number two, Reese has like a 30% strikeout rate this year. So, yes, let's do it, man. John Gray, I love that. He's my favorite option on the board. We can sit here and talk hypothetics with Nola and Erod, whatever the case is. But John Gray is the first guy that's really like appealing. Like 8K, I think is a fair price. He's away from course. I know John Gray's been a little inconsistent, especially in course, but I mean he's got a 7% walk rate this season. He's got a 25.1% K rate, 3.43 xFIP. His swinging strike rate cash is 12.9%. I think we got ourselves a bargain because that's not too far off from Aaron Nola and Erod's swinging strike rate. I don't believe. Yeah, Nola's is 11.7. I mean, I'm sorry, 11.7. So you're gonna pay 12K for 11.7, and you can get 8K against a team that actually strikes out more. The Phillies, first in the league in strikeouts. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, man.
They have the highest strikeout rate against the hand. They're going against more than anybody, more than the Padres, more than anyone.
I love John Gray. I do.
Descalso just went yard.
Descalso did.
Tripled. I will say that I like Rodriguez's matchup better against Baltimore, but it's not like Colorado is a bad matchup. Colorado's a great matchup in my opinion.
No, you're right though. Baltimore is like the Rockies. Like they strike out a lot, but like they don't always suck. Like, Baltimore always sucks.
And LeMahieu is back, so I think that's going to help them on the road because you got LeMahieu leading off and Blackmon, both of them pretty good hitters and get on base a good amount.
Tough to strike those dudes out with the 1-2 punch. But yeah, man, out of these three guys that I know we're only 2 games in, but Nola, Erod, like John Gray over all of them. That's I mean, I love that 8K. I like that against Philly. Next up, interesting matchup here. We don't see this very often. Tanner Roark of the Washington Nationals visiting CC Sabathia of Paulie the D's New York Yankees. Total here is 9.5. The Yankees minus 160, 70 degrees, 42% humidity, kind of chilly. Looks like 11 mile per hour winds, but they're blowing right to left. No real significant boost for anybody. What are your thoughts?
Well, the Yankees get to come back home finally. I've been attacking the hell out of them on the road. It's been fun. They're going to be chalk today? I mean, Boston should be pretty chalky. Boston's going to get the worst pitcher.
Yeah, I think Boston will be more popular.
Tanner Roark really struggles with lefties. Like, what's his ISO against righties? Pretty sure it's pretty good. Where is this bastard at? Yeah, see, he only gets up a 122 ISO to righties. And they're going to be throwing a lot of righties. I mean, it's hard to pitch. Like I can't say I want to pitch Rourke against the Yankees in the Bronx. I mean, that's like it's like suicide. So I don't like him. CC, I think he's interesting at 6'6". His pitching slate really sucks. The bats I'm most scared of are the lefties. I mean, you could say Rendon and Reynolds. Reynolds has cooled off. Daniel Murphy is back. Oh man, that's exciting. I don't really like Washington bats. I think you could stack the Yankees like you can every time they're in this ballpark, but I don't necessarily love that either. Like Didi, I don't know. Rourke's pretty good against righties. Have they played each other this year yet? I would love to. I would love to see that. I don't think so either. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do here.
Yeah, this is one of those spots, man. This game in general, it's like I really don't like to pitch Rourke. He doesn't have enough strikeout upside, but at the same time, I don't necessarily like to attack him either. He does a pretty good job of like not really getting blown up. So, and the Yankees, I know that they're home. We know that they're significantly worse on the road, historically speaking, but they were really cold. Like even against the Mets, like it's a I mean, the Mets were just the only team in the league that was colder. It has to be like Baltimore, the Mets, and then the Yankees at that moment. It was like,
The Yankees, like the Yankees had one good game in the series, right? But I think it all came against the bullpen. Like everything they've been doing has been coming against the bullpen late in the game.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of their wins on the road were
Like
squeezing
we pitched old dude in Toronto, Estrada against these sorry asses. Like I'm pitching bad pitchers against these. Like,
no, it's true. I mean, with Seth Lugo, I think went out there and dominated them yesterday.
I pitched some Saturday night, right? I threw together a team real quick.
Sunday.
Threw him in
Sunday night. It was the Sunday night baseball.
I just anybody that's pitching against the Yankees on the road, I'm playing.
Yeah, and it's like now they're back home, so I wouldn't play Rourke anyway. I don't think just because that's not something I do. But the Yankee stack is where I'm kind of stuck. Like CC, I don't think I go there. I don't want to pay 6-6.
You could do the lefties, like you could do Gardner, Bird, Hicks.
Didi. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then I look at what do I want to do?
You look at Judge,
it's like,
Stanton.
But that means I can't. That means I'm not playing Judge. Okay, it's exactly or Gleyber Torres or Miguel Andujar. That's going to be the situation where I'm going to want to dig in and profile these hitters. As far as CC, I do believe the Nationals are not as good against lefties, but looks like Daniel Murphy's supposed to be back. He's a lefty, I know, but
saw that.
That could be a big boost for a team in general. It's just morale, man. Like that dude's a good hitter. Like maybe it takes him a couple games to get going.
The best hitter in baseball.
It's like very similar. I find it very similar to like Justin Turner, right? Like even though he's not doing that great since coming back, like the rest of the Dodgers are. It's like
they woke up.
He got here, and then like the team, just clicks. So
I remember saying that over and over.
No, you did, and I can see that something similar happening with the Nationals, who I'm not positive on this, but I think they have Eden back too, or at least they're gonna get him back soon. I don't remember exactly, but I don't see him in the projected lineup now. But he is a lefty, so maybe that's why. But because then they just have too many lefties. But
if they get Eden back. This lineup is.
If he's not back yet, I know he'll be back soon. Unless he had a setback.
Yeah, I don't see him in a projected, but he should be back soon. He's a stud as well.
Oh yeah.
This lineup is.
Oh man, yeah, and like people are just gonna continue to not play them because they've been so bad. Like now, and things will change eventually. But for now, I don't really know what to do with this game. I'm gonna have to come back and profile it on the strategy session tomorrow and see what we come up with. But I don't think I want to pitch either of these guys. I just don't know if I want to pick on them either with these specific teams. And part of it is that I don't want to commit to it because we have a 15-game slate, and I'm hoping that we find something a little better. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Jake Odorizzi of the Minnesota Twins visiting Blaine Hardy, the lefty from the Detroit Tigers. Total in this game right here is 9. Detroit minus 105 at home. 72 degrees, 82% humidity out in Detroit. And winds blowing in from right field at about 8 miles per hour. What do you got?
Again, I think Odorizzi is in the discussion of making a lineup. Detroit, I mean, he's not a lefty, he's a righty. I don't mind taking righties against them, but I mean, it's always scary to pitch Odorizzi. Dude just gives up a lot of home runs. Is this game in Detroit or is this game in Minnesota? They're at home. I mean, Odorizzi has shown flashes this year of being pretty dang good, but like the home runs is a problem. This pitching slate really sucks in my opinion. I don't know. If you're gonna play Detroit, you're gonna play power because Odorizzi gives up home runs. So Castellanos, Miggy, even though he's not showing much power this year, and Candelario. Do like Candelario here. And on the other side, Blaine Hardy is pretty bad. Oh yeah, he's reverse splits too. He's a lefty. Blaine Hardy's a lefty, correct? Oh yeah, that's some pretty big reverse splits there as far as power. I mean, it's not huge sample size, but I like playing these lefties from Minnesota against reverse splits pitchers, especially Kepler. Love that guy. He hits lefties very well. This guy's reverse splits. I like that. I don't want to play Dozier. I just wait till he gets hot. He's not that. So, no. I think you can play some lefties here, and they'll be low owned. 100%.
Yeah, another very unexciting game, right? Like, Blaine Hardy is a lefty, which I like lefties against the Twins, but I like good lefties against the Twins, not Blaine Hardy lefties against the Twins. The best hitters against lefties the Twins have had this season are the two lefties, Max Kepler and Eddie Rosario. So that's going to be an interesting spot. As far as Odorizzi, don't think I want to play him against Detroit just because they don't strike out a ton. Odorizzi's always, like, over his career, he's always been a reverse splits pitcher, but he's not this year. Like, lefties have been a little bit more of an issue this year. One thing for sure is he's a big-time fly ball guy, and we've seen a lot of regression finally come. He was having a lot of great games, and we started to see the regression come, and I think there's a little bit left in the tank. Detroit was actually hitting the ball pretty decent for the most part, and I think that they could be interesting. Leonis Martin stands out. Candelario, and as you said, Nick Castellanos. You could always play Miggy, of course. It's just, like you said, he hasn't really shown too much power. But in general, this game, again, it's just like, blah, I don't really want too much. And, like, the rest of the Twins, they've been really bad against lefties. So you just don't love it. High total, fine, but you just don't love anything really from this.
Is Escobar still hot? No, he was hot there for a little minute. Love that dude.
Next up, we got Chris Stratton of the San Francisco Giants visiting Trevor Richards of the Miami Marlins. Total here is 8.5. Miami plus 105. Home underdogs, 84 degrees, 68% humidity. We'll see. If they open up the roof, things could get interesting. If they close the roof, you tell me.
Escobar has his last 7 games, 5 of them are double-digit points. I think he's still hot. Who are we on now? What game
Stratton
is this?
Against Richards. The Giants against the Marlins.
Oh God. Do you like Stratton against the Marlins?
No, I don't. There's not very many people I like Stratton against. The Marlins ain't gonna be one of them, man. Do you see what they did to Matt Bum today?
Oh man. Yeah, no. I'm glad I didn't go there. Like Trevor Richards is he's one of the worst pitchers. Like, this guy is not good. I want righties against him. Same ones as today, like McCutchen, Longoria. I mean, Nick Huntley's not going to be in the lineup again. Hernandez, he's in the one hole.
That was his fucking chance today, Nick Huntley, man. That was his chance. He let me down. This was his time.
Yeah, he's not going to play today. That's all right. I'll be right back there next time. That dude's a masher. That dude's mashing this year. And Mac Williamson's okay too, but this ballpark sucks. It's a 15-game slate. But Trevor Richards is bad.
I tell you what, man. I'm with you. Like, I hate this ballpark, and like, I still like the Giants. I do. They get a righty now, and I think some of these other guys, like you get Joe Panic in the picture, is very cheap. Brandon Crawford's been red hot.
Oh yeah, Panic will lead off today, huh?
Panic probably lead off. So immediately, I'm gonna like things like those against Richards, who I agree sucks. I can't believe he's 7-6. It's wild. But yeah, if they open up this roof, things can get real interesting. If they decide to open up the roof, we'll see. I don't know. They very rarely do this, but if they do, it's going to be very hot, very humid. So we could see a little boost in the bats for sure, and I'm going to really like the Giants at that point. I don't mind Miami. I have a real hard time stacking Miami. Real Muto had a monster game today. I'd imagine he's going to get some ownership tomorrow against Stratton. Stratton has not looked very good this year. He's had a pretty big step back. I'm not going to pay 7-9 for him, even on this slate, not against Miami, a team that doesn't really strike out. So I think that the bats are kind of sneaky, and if they open up the roof, I think that this game becomes very, a lot more attractive. It's a big ballpark. People might ignore the fact that the roof is open and that it's hot and humid in Miami. So, we will see. In the meantime, I'm with you. I'm kind of like, okay, I could see some Giants, maybe some Marlins. But if they open up that roof, I'll have a lot more interest there.
Brian Anderson is really good
man,
too.
He's had a phenomenal game today. He had a monster game today. The Marlins, they've been blowing up. They've been doing well. Stratton's not very good this year. I just don't think they are. We'll see in the strategy session tomorrow. For premium members only, recommend y'all check it out. Buy a day pass. Come rock with us. Anyway, Jaime Garcia, the lefty from the Toronto Blue Jays, visiting Ryan Stanek of the Tampa Bay Rays. We don't have a total or a spread. I guess I'm assuming Tampa was late to announce the starter. So they're going back. They started Yarbrough today, but they're going back to their 1 or 2 inning and flip-flop deal. Not sure who the guy's going to be, but I'll try to look it up.
Okay, I was about to say, this is not a freaking starter.
What?
This is the bullpen guy.
Yeah, it's the bullpen guy.
I wish he was the starter because, wow, he gives up some power, boy. Goodness gracious. So it was Yarbrough. Who's next? I don't know. I'd have to think. I will say that Jaime Garcia is complete garbage. Even like that's what your Mets need. If your Mets could play Jaime Garcia as a lefty every day, it'd be all right. They just made him get negative points.
The only lefty in the world that couldn't get out the Mets.
Yeah, the Mets smash. The dude is terrible. I mean, just terrible. He's terrible. But it's Tampa Bay Rays. They're not very good. Ramos, Crone. I could get with them some of that action. I mean, not too much more probably. Like Gomez, but like, he's a guy that I only like to play when he's hot, and he hasn't been hot all year. On the other side, I don't know who the guy's gonna be, but Grichuk is just mashing baseballs. Teoscar Hernandez is the only dude I actually was afraid of for Toronto today, and of course he went yard. Dude is a stud. Love that guy. And I get smoke from the left side of the plate, so I'm always on board with that. I like Toronto here some, even though the ballpark sucks. Granderson will be back in the leadoff hole. He's swinging a better bat now because he was really cold. Solarte, like 1 through 5. I don't play Morales. Dude is 100 years old. He doesn't have no power no more.
Yeah, I don't even see who the guy coming in is going to be. I'll have to check on that for tomorrow. I'm not going to scramble for it now. But yeah, the Rays have been another one of those hot teams. They were another one went off today. I think that I could go there. Very right-handed team.
That had a lot to do with the umpire.
Yeah, I didn't see the game.
Both of these.
But I do think that against Jaime Garcia, I think that they can get him here. Like you said, if the Mets can do it, I don't see why the Rays couldn't. CJ Crone, Carlos Gomez, Ramos for sure. I do like the Rays. And even in an obvious spot, they'll never be popular on a 15-game slate just because it's the Rays. Same thing with the Marlins. And I don't know. Like, Toronto has been doing well. Curtis Granderson had a monster game. Josh Donaldson looks like he may be making a return. But Toronto just doesn't do it for me. I mean, maybe that's one of my downfalls this season, but I don't know. They just don't do it for me. And the Rays, when they've been doing this bullpen crap, it's actually been working for them a lot. And this is a huge ballpark, so I think I kind of lean towards the Rays.
I like Toronto much better at
Agreed.
home. They're another team that is not very good on the
agree
road.
with that, yes, I would like them much better at home.
It just depends on who's the pitcher is going to be.
No,
really.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with it.
But I don't know how this. I know Bowers, Jacob, whatever his name is. He's good, but I don't know how good he is against lefties.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He went yard today.
He did it. Next up, we got Zach Wheeler of the New York Mets returning home to Atlanta to visit Michael Fulton Evans.
He's from A-Town?
Well, he's from Georgia. I don't know if he's from Atlanta specifically, but he is from Georgia. Michael Fulton Evans of the Fulte. There we go. Michael Fulte of the Atlanta Braves. 77 degrees, 77% humidity, as usual in Atlanta. A little on the cool side, if you ask me. It gets pretty hot and humid down there. Total in this game currently sits at 8.5. Atlanta minus 150. What do you got here, man? What do you think?
Well, Georgia's a lot different from Atlanta. You get outside of the limits of Atlanta, it's a whole different state.
Oh, I know. Bro. I used to live in Georgia, man. I lived there for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
Fort Benning.
That's right. You lived
Columbus.
Down there.
And you're right. It's very, very different from Atlanta. It is not the same thing at all. But for a pro player, like you're coming, that's the state's team. So for him,
his family will be there.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just want to keep stacking the Braves against lefties. Against righties, they're just not the same team. It's crazy to me personally. But you gotta love Freeman here today. How much is he? He's 5'3", of course. I'm not gonna pay that price for Fultonavich. I can't say that. I don't think I'm gonna pay that price for Fultonavich.
You thought about how bad the pitching was in the slate and was like, well, I can't say that. I can't say that just yet.
And the Mets too. I mean, the Mets have come back down. Like they were really good against righties, but they're coming back down. And has flashes of being very good, but he also has flashes of being bad. This is a lefty ballpark. Like these lefties, Nemo, Conforto. You can't say Bruce. Cabrera is still hurt, ain't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he is hurt. Yes, he pulled a hammy.
Why did they let Adrian Gonzalez go?
Because, did you not see what he's done the entire season? He's
not that way.
That guy.
Who's over here on fire?
I
mean, who's crushing over here? Nobody.
The obvious one that okay, why did you even get him? Here's the thing about Agon is we've had Dominic Smith, who's supposed to be this great prospect first baseman, a lefty first baseman, and this dude is fat. Like this guy, ever since I've seen him, he's always been fat. He's just this chubby guy, and he must be absolutely terrible. He must be they brought him up a couple times already, and he never stuck. Like when they brought him up in the season, it didn't matter really. But they must really be down on this dude because it's been a couple of years where they could have brought him up. They didn't do it. They continue to play Lucas Duda, who can't make a throw to home. I'll never forget that, Lucas Duda, you piece of shit. And then they signed Adrian Gonzalez. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why? You must really not like this dude, Dominic Smith. Well, we're going to see him play because they called him up once they cut Adrian Gonzalez. So I would assume that we're going to see him tomorrow. But that's my little piece on Adrian Gonzalez. That was just a disaster. That whole thing was, you had Dominic Smith. I would rather see the young guy go out there and drown than see this old dude pick up this bat and attempt to hit. I mean, the Dodgers love that dude. If they're letting him go, there's a reason they let him go. They did the right thing.
Oh, there's a reason.
And they like that guy.
He can only play.
A lot of good years.
He can only play the first month of the season, and then his age shows
He was
up.
great in the day. Back in the day, he was a very good hitter. He's old. That's it. But
I just don't love this game. No. I don't want to stack against Fulte. You could take one-offs of Conforto or Nemo, but I really like Nemo. I'll say that. Dude is a stud, especially against righties. And then on the other side, like I said, they're just not very good against righties, which is crazy. But you could do Freeman, maybe, what's his name, Markakis. But I don't know. Albies I like better on the right side. I just want this team against lefties.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, they have very good numbers against lefties as a whole. Yeah, Wheeler's been okay. I do think we can take some of these guys against him. I mean, Wheeler's probably I don't know. Push come to shove, aside from DeGrom, Wheeler has been the next best option for the Mets.
I told you he's your ace.
He did it. He's been pitching well. Obviously, don't really have interest in playing him against the Braves. They just don't strike out enough. And I think we could pick on him with guys like Freddie Freeman for sure. Maybe even a Markakis. And Ozzy Albies, I'm cool with. But again, like not a situation that I'm thrilled with. As far as Folty, I think 11.8 is just a little too much. Like I think that it's okay. The problem with Folty is he walks a lot of lefties. That's my problem. Is that he doesn't necessarily need the Mets to beat him. He could just beat himself and just start walking lefties. And the Mets have a lot of lefties. He's got like what was it? I just had it up here. Folty. This season, he's got a 14.5% walk rate to lefties. That's ridiculous. Like that is insane. Like you know what I'm saying? Like. So if the Mets throw out a ton of lefties, which I think they will,
they're gonna throw out a lot of lefties.
Right, they should. And I don't know. I just don't think I could take a chance. Like I think even Wheeler bats from the left side. Like I think maybe it's just having somebody stand there that freaks him out. I don't know what it is why I can't do it, but yeah.
If Folty walks Wheeler, just quit.
Just quit. If I'm the Mets, no decent pitcher is allowed to swing the bat after that DeGrom debacle. I tell you what, I'd be like, we're gonna be the AL of the NL. That's what we're gonna be. But yeah, don't really have too much interest in Wheeler against the Braves. Don't really have interest in Folty. He's just kind of priced out. Too many walks, too many lefties. And I think the Braves stack is interesting. I do think it's in play, especially if they can get Wheeler out of the game or get his pitch count up. The Mets bullpen has been terrible, so I can get me some of that. All those big bombs that Cash was alluding to in the Mets-Yankees series, a lot of it came off the bullpen. So there you go. Even a cold team can wake up against these guys. Tyler Chatwood, the Chicago Cubs, visiting Chase Anderson of Cammy Boys, Milwaukee Brew Crew. The total here is 9.5. Milwaukee minus 105 at home. 72 degrees, 79% humidity, but they'll probably close the roof because it's what they do in Milwaukee. Although it's not a bad day to keep it open, pretty nice.
No, I think they'll probably leave it open at 72.
Nice, right? For Milwaukee?
As long as it's not going to rain.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to rain, so maybe they will open it. What do you got?
Because it'll get cooler as the night goes on too. I think they should leave it open, which I don't like because I like it closed because that's when the ball flies here. I have one thing I know. I want Eric Thames to get hurt again because this is going to take Aguilar out of the lineup.
He's 5K, Eric Thames. Wow.
Yeah, I just want him to go away because I love that kid. The kid is so good. He's good against lefties, righties. I don't care who's on the mound. That kid is really, really good. I love him. And Eric Thames is going to just kill that. It's just going to kill it. It's going to piss me off because I hate Eric Thames for passion. Every time I play him, he does nothing. Every time I don't play him, he goes double dong. I hate that guy. Especially last year. Oh, my God. At the beginning of the year when he was on fire, I would go 3 days without playing him. He's hit 7 home runs. I play him. He gets a 0. And then I go back the next couple of days, I don't play him. He hits 3. I hate Eric Thames. I want to go back to China. Chase Anderson is really, really cheap. Chase Anderson has not been good this year. Chase Anderson has not been good. He's super cheap. I think I could take a chance there because of the price. Only in tournaments, of course. It's really scary. I like Hayward. I like Zobrist. I like Rizzo. Chris Bryant is leading off now. What is going on here? I like the lefties. Ian Happ, if he makes a lineup, Schwarber. And then on the other side, you could stack them up too. You could definitely stack them up, especially Shaw. Yelich, I get on some of that. Eric Thames, I would be fading at 5K. That's crazy.
That's wild, right? Like, dude just comes back, all of a sudden he's 5K. Damn. Hasn't even done on yet. Yeah, I think Chase Anderson, I know he's 4.7, man, but he's just been so bad. It's hard not to like the Cubs. Like you said, the lefties. Hopefully Ian Happ makes the damn lineup. I'd love to see that happen for once. But yeah, Rizzo hit a home run today eventually. The Cubs were cold today, definitely went, but like that means that this Milwaukee bullpen is maybe a little bit taxed, and they got Chase Anderson in there who's not really very good at eating up innings nowadays, so It's hard. Yeah, I'm gonna really like the Cubs offense. Big ballpark boost for them. The lefties are my preference as well. I think we could play some of the righties, but yeah, I'm with you, man. I think the Cubs offense definitely in play against Chase Anderson, who gives up, who only has a 34.5% ground ball rate to righties and a 34.8% ground ball rate to lefties. So it should be a lot of fly balls, small ballpark. Swinging strike rate is only 8.7, not missing too many bats. Yeah, should be a long night for Mr. Chase Anderson, or a quick one, depends on how you look at it. Tyler Chatwood has been dog shit, man. He's been so bad, but like okay, well, not necessarily on a results basis, but on like his xFIP being 5.28 basis. Like he's just been terrible. Walk rate 20.7%. What the hell? Like what the hell, bro? Like this dude's like, if you want to walk people so much, like just walk people's dogs, bro. Be a professional dog walker. Right now, he is a professional baseball walker. That's what he does. He walks MLB players. 20.7% walk rate, Cash. Isn't that crazy?
That's high.
When your walk rate is
That is.
higher than your strikeout rate, you have some serious issues. You know what I mean? Like you need to reevaluate your life decisions. I mean, you know what, man? This dude knows how to do life. How are you that bad and you still got a job in the major leagues making all that money? You know, so he's doing something right, man. He's winning in life.
Well, it's because it was blamed on Coors.
It was blamed on Coors at one point. The one thing he's done right is he does generate a lot of ground balls. He's got a very high ground ball rate. That's the one thing he's done right. But that's literally it, though. That's literally it. And like that, it has an effect. Like, you know, I have fun and I joke around, but it has an effect. If you're getting ground balls, you're not giving up a ton of power, not giving up a ton of home runs. So he's not really a guy that I love to pick on either, as weird as that is. But, you know, I just like to have a little fun. But I do think it's astonishing that his walk rate is higher than his strikeout rate. That's embarrassing. You're an embarrassment. That's real. Shaw, definitely a standout play for me here. I think the lefties, I've hit him a little bit harder. The lefties have had the better results, striking out less. He walks so many people. And, you know, outside the same thing I said about Quintana, the Brewers actually are a relatively patient team, at least like their top of the order guys are. Like Kane, Yelich, Thames, and Shaw all have double-digit walk rates. So...
Yeah, I came off Quintana. I didn't play him.
Yeah, me too. I was not doing that, and that was the right move. He couldn't strike anybody out today. So we'll see. Cubs pitchers like to walk, but yeah, I think both bats are an option for sure. Adam Plutko of the Cleveland Indians visiting big game James Shields, bruh. Wisco stacking James Shields, bruh. I'm sure he's stacking James Shields to this day, bruh. Total here is 9.5. The White Sox plus 125 home underdog. 76 degrees, 73% humidity. What you got, man?
This is some pictures here. Let me tell you. This is some pictures in this game. This Plutko dude, like, this dude, why is he even here? I don't know. Oh, my God. Dude is giving up, it's small sample size. He's giving up over a 300 ISO to both sides of the plate. He literally can't strike out a lefty to save his life. His K rate to righties is okay. I mean, his wOBA to righties is okay too. This guy is not good at all. You could stack up both of these teams, every single bat. You could stack up every single bat against Shields. I will say, Shields has come on and had him some games. That is for sure. Shields is a better pitcher this year than he's been recently in the previous few years, couple years. Let me go look at his. Has he played against him this year? That'd be interesting. Shields. No. Like Shields has come out and had some decent games, but I mean, he's not very good. But I would rather stack the White Sox before I stacked Cleveland. This guy is just not good. This guy is not good at all. Moncada. Where is Palka at? Palka wasn't in the lineup today, I don't think. Was he? I don't remember. But Palka, Abreu, Moncada, Yomer, Matt Davidson, and Tim Anderson. All of them. I could play all of them.
Yeah, man. I mean, believe it or not, Plutko was the last team I'm sorry, the White Sox were the last team that Plutko faced. He was 7-2 that day.
Did they match
He
him?
gave up 5 earned runs in 5 innings. Yes,
It's not surprising. This dude sucks a bag
they
of
did.
D's.
And for some reason, DraftKings decided it would be a really good idea to jack his price up, even though he's in a worse ballpark.
How much
He's
is he?
8-3.
I don't even
He's
see
8-3,
him.
my man.
What?
Mate.
I went down to the bottom to try to find him.
Oh,
I didn't see
The
him.
bottom, you will not find him. No.
Hey man, he did have 2 good games to start the year, but this guy's bad, man. This guy's not good.
Yeah, the White Sox just tattooed him. A little weird there. That's just weird to me. James Shields at 5'3" is. Oh man, no, I'm not gonna do it. I think he's a little bit worse this year than he was last year. But another great situation for the bats. I'm with you on Plutko. No, thank you. And the White Sox have upside because after Plutko, you have a bad Cleveland bullpen, and the Cleveland bullpen has been bad. Props to Cam for pointing that out a little while ago. So yeah, the White Sox very sneaky and in a pretty good spot here. You like to take White Sox against guys that don't strike people out, and that seems to be Plutko's thing. Not a big strikeout guy. So small ballpark, White Sox. Nobody will probably play them, and then you have a ton of upside with the bullpen. I do like the White Sox a lot. Sal Romano of the Cincinnati Reds visiting Ian Kennedy of the Kansas City Royals. The pitching just gets better and better, Cash. 9.5 is the total. Kansas City minus 110 at home. 92 degrees, 47% humidity. It is going to be hot AF, as Paulie D would say. What do you got?
I got temperature.
Yeah.
What I got is every bet. That's what I got. I could take every bet. Every bet. You can give me Winker. Winker is finally starting to hit some home runs recently. I know it's a major, huge ballpark, but 91 degrees, you said? How about a wind? The wind's blowing in a little bit. Love 92 degrees. Love that. Ian Kennedy gives up massive home runs. Ian Kennedy can also strike out guys, but I think I'm done with that experiment. Of guessing when he's gonna strike guys out and when he's just gonna give up 5 home runs. I'm done with that guessing game. I'll just stack against him and hope that it's one of the home run days and not the strikeout days. I could see him giving up 3 home runs tomorrow. I think that's a definite possibility. And then on the other side, Sal Romano, I do think he's kind of talented, but dude, he can just lose it, and he'll just be terrible. He'll have no control. Sal Perez, I love. Moose, I love. Soler is hurt. Don't tell me that. I would love him. He got a questionable tag there. I like him. The only bat that I would not play is Escobar. That guy is the worst hitter in the history of baseball. Don't play him. Other than that, you could play probably all of them, except when you get down to that bottom with Paulo, Orlando, and Ryan Gomes. Those 2 are bad too.
It gets ugly down there. Yeah, I'm with you. Another situation where I like the bats. Not really interested in either pitcher. I know it's a great pitching park typically, but this is just really good hitting weather. The dew point's just under 70. I know it's a big park, but we got 2 bad pitchers. Ian Kennedy giving up a ton of fly balls. The only way Ian Kennedy does not give up home runs is when he's striking guys out, and that's not really something the Reds do all that often. So another thing with the Reds is I think one of the Reds' biggest problems I think this season is they're hitting a lot of line drives and ground balls. Their fly ball rates are actually all pretty low. And when you got a guy like Ian Kennedy, who's such an extreme fly ball pitcher, that could help those guys get that ball in the air, which could lead to some more home runs. So, yeah, I think Cincinnati's definitely in play. And on the Red Sox side, on the Royals side, Moustakas, Salvador Perez absolutely stand out. Whit Merrifield certainly. And even that Hunter Dozier kid, man, I think he's got some power. He's got it in him. So, yeah,
yes.
There's options here.
He's good.
I think we have options for sure.
Do you know when Schebler made it to the leadoff spot? Do you know when that happened? Did it happen right when he started going off, or?
I think so, yeah. Well, I know for sure that I played him recently in the leadoff spot, and I know he put up he didn't hit a home run, but he ended up getting 18 points because he had so many opportunities and kept getting on base.
Because he's one of all, me. I know I love him. I know you love him, and he was really cold. He was getting pinch hit for, but now he's not cold. And I don't know if that happened right when he got to the leadoff spot or he got hot and they put him to the leadoff spot. But You can play that bat for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's another one that's hitting a lot of ground balls, and I think that him getting a guy like Kennedy could help him elevate that ball, get it out. I do like the offense as a game stack is viable. Matthew Stram of the lefty from the San Diego Padres visiting Miles Mikolas of those St. Louis Cardinals. We don't have a spread on this game just yet because Stram was announced late. 89 degrees, 56% humidity. This is going to be another great hitting environment. Dew points in the 70s. What do you got here, Cash?
I have no idea what this guy is.
Oh, Stram?
Yeah. He's a bullpen dude?
I believe so. I know he's had a couple starts
Sure
already.
looks like it.
He just hasn't done well.
He hasn't went over 2 innings. He went 2.1 his last start against Atlanta. I don't know. He hasn't thrown over 31 pitches this season. So I'd say he's not stretched out. He just threw 30 pitches on the 6th. I would say this guy's not stressed out. I would say that I love Jose Martinez every day. He could be facing Scherzer tomorrow, who I think is the best pitcher against right-handers ever. And I'll play Jose Martinez right now every single day. I don't care who he's facing. Dude is on fire. Play him. Play Jose Martinez. You could stack up all these bats. Ozuna is finally hot again. He's a guy that I'm gonna play when he's hot. I will just play him every day, and he has to screw me with a few zeros in a row before I will jump off. I play Ozuna every single day when he's hot. He has triple dong upside. Love the Cardinals again here today. And Mikolas is another dude that I like personally. I think he's good. I told you that a while back. I think I'm higher on him than most people are. But the price, I hate these prices. But I think he's going to be chalk. And I think he's a great cash play. And I don't know if I want to play him in tournaments. He's cheaper than other guys, I will say that. But I think he's going to be pretty chalky today. He's probably the best option, if you really want to be honest, of any pitcher going.
I still think John Gray is better. Boom, boom. So it's done. John Gray, AK.
I like John Gray better.
John Gray,
For me, I like John Gray better.
No, I know what you mean. Like as far as like cash games, for example, like he seems to be like the most safe matchup considering. I think Mikolas at 10, whatever, is okay. I mean, I'm not a big Mikolas guy, but I will play him when I have to, and this might be one of those slates. Like we like John Gray. I haven't found a pitcher yet since John Gray that I've actually really liked. so like Mikolas is the next most appealing. Like at least initially. We know that it's a great hitting environment, but we saw Flaherty went out there and kind of did his thing. And Mikolas, that's not his deal, but he does get a lot of ground balls, soft contact. That's the kind of way he goes. So, I'm fine with Mikolas. I think he did well against the Padres last time. I'm not positive on that, but matter of fact, I don't know why I'm just going to.
I think he has only given up 3 home runs on the season, and one of them was to the Padres. I think it was Spangenberg, actually.
Who's been hot, man? That dude's been hot. I played him today, and another home run. He's hot. But he played, looks like on May 10th, he went to San Diego. He was 10-2 that day, a little bit cheaper, 21 DraftKings points, 4K, 6 innings. So Mikolas is okay. He's relatively safe, I believe. And Spangenberg's red hot, so you could certainly take him. Renfroe's been hot. I mean, I really don't like picking on the Padres all that much right now, man, because they seem like, obviously, number one, this is a ballpark boost for them, and number two, like they seem to be kind of hot. I mean, Flaherty is like, that's the kind of guy they struggle against, a strikeout pitcher, But Mikolas is not that, so it's going to be interesting. As far as the Cardinals, love the Cardinals. I mean, they're a team that their team ISO, according to this projected lineup, is 234. Their team WOBA 366 against lefties. The projected lineup that they have in there now. I'm talking about guys like the Master, Harrison Bader. I'm talking about Gyorko, who hit a home run today. Molina's got a 200 ISO against lefties this season. Ozuna's really sucky, but he is playing a lot better, so that's going to come up. He's starting to do it. He hit a home run. I've been playing him a lot too. Jose Martinez, it's coming. His WOBA's been there. The power's following. Pham has hit lefties well. As a team, the only guy who's genuinely not hit lefties well is Matt Carpenter, and he's a lefty. So I hope they play Bader over Fowler. I think that Fowler should play just for namesake. I think that he's not as good against lefties, they should pull his ass and put somebody who is good against lefties like Harrison, the master, Bader. But I tell you what, you want to talk about that Munoz kid is hot right now. That Yaro Munoz, the shortstop. He's hot right now. And he's got stolen base upside, man. He steals bases. So today he got a couple singles, but he stole a base. Next thing you know, he's one of the highest scoring shortstops on the slate. So don't ignore him either. He's got small sample because he's young, but he's hit lefties well this season too. A 412 ISO and 20 plate appearances, 373 WOBA. So I love the Cardinals, man. Great hitting atmosphere. You're right. This dude absolutely sucks. He is just terrible, at least according to his numbers. I'm just looking specifically at his xFIP and all that, and it's bad. The 5.91 xFIP, 12.9% K rate, 14.5% walk rate. Not pretty. So I love the Cardinals.
And he's not going to go deep
not gonna
either.
Go deep. You're going to get a bullpen.
And if they get to him real quick, they're not going to throw out their good arms in the bullpen.
Throw out the long guys.
They're going to throw out the bad arms.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love the Cardinals in this spot. Great hitting atmosphere. Next up, we got Trevor Williams of the Pittsburgh Pirates visiting Clay Buchholz. I cannot believe this dude is 8-2 of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Total in this game is 8.5. Arizona minus 130. Man, you gonna pay 8-2 for Clay Buchholz?
Hell nah.
Yo,
I don't know who's worse.
This is crazy.
I don't know whose worst price is Pluko or Buchholz. I would say Buchholz. Can't never say this guy's name. I would say Clay Buchholz.
Can't say it.
I'd say Clay's price is way worse.
Can't say it.
Because at least I can't say his name. At least Pluko has some upside.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Buck.
You know, it's easier to just call him.
This guy.
I like to call him Bucknuts because it's just easier to say.
Dude sucks, man. Dude is bad. What's the temperature here? They're gonna close the roof again?
So I don't know. I think the roof's closed.
Yeah. That sucks. Hold on. What does Trevor Williams look like? Like, does he give up power or? Not much. Only 28% hard contact. 124 ISO to lefties. Not very high against righties. Damn. Probably can't stack the Diamondbacks today, but you could stack up these Pirates. They get a big park upgrade even with the roof closed. The little humidor taking a little effect. Still a park upgrade. Love Meadows. Love Meadows. My favorite bat in this game for sure. And you could stack them up. I probably won't, but you can. They're gonna be they can't be that popular on this slate. There's just terrible pitching everywhere. Like, you got so many options to go against. It's crazy. This pitching slate is awful.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. Trevor Williams, don't think I could do it. 4.66 xFIP, only a 16.4% K rate. You know what his strikeout rate is to lefties, Cash? Trevor Williams?
Yeah, it's
nothing.
It's
literally 9.2%. It is pathetic.
Doesn't give up power,
though. Is his hard contact rate against lefties only 24.7%. So he seems to have something. His hard contact rate to righties is a little bit higher, and the fly ball rate to righties is a little bit higher. That makes Paul Goldschmidt a little more interesting, a guy without a ton of K upside. Goldschmidt's problem this year against righties is he's striking out a lot. But there's going to be a lot of lefties. I'm with you. I'm not crazy about the Diamondbacks. Williams is not typically a guy I love to pick on, but I don't mind them either. I like Paul Goldschmidt, but 5.2 is a little expensive. And against Clay Bucknuts, man, I know he's been, he's been out there doing his thing, but I just not quite the believer. I think eventually he's going to go back to being the Bucknuts that we all know and love. And I think that Meadows, Dickerson, Moran immediately stand out to me, and even Polanco if he's in there. So I'm with it.
He has given up at least one home run in 3 of his 4 games.
Who's going to get it?
I'm just waiting for the 3-4 home run game from him.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
I think so.
Lance McCullers of the Houston Astros visiting Daniel Mangden of the Oakland Athletics. Total in this game sits at 8. Oakland plus 115 home underdogs. 69 degrees, 57% humidity. What do you got here?
I wish I could pitch Mingden today. I want to pitch him every time he touches the mound. Even though he doesn't have major strikeout upside, and I'm a guy normally just targeting strikeout upside, but I just love this guy. He's good. But today, I don't think so. I think I'm going to be passing on that. I don't like the price. I don't like the matchup. I think he's pitched against him twice. He had negative points one time. I think he was decent the other time. Lance McCullers, same way. I think he went absolutely ballistic on his team once, and I believe that was at home. And on the road, I don't think he was very good. He's a much better pitcher at home. He's not been impressive to me at all this year. I never thought in my entire life that I would see there was somebody. Oh, yeah, Mikolas. Never thought in my entire life I would see Mikolas more expensive than Lance McCullers, but that's what we have here today. I like to target Oakland. They strike out a lot. But Lance McCullers has just not been good. He's on the road where I do not like to throw him. Crush Davis, because he's hot, but I don't know if I want to pick on Lance McCullers either. I don't know. Matt Olson or Crush, maybe, but I doubt it. And on the other side, you could stack them up against Mingden. Like, they could go off against them, but I probably don't do that either.
Yeah, just looking at McCullers, it's just looking at this season, so we're not talking about a huge sample, but this season he's been significantly better at home. 38 innings pitched.
It's been that way. It's been that way forever.
I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, 38 innings pitched, 30 at home, 37.1 on the road. He's got a 248 WOBA at home, only giving up 2 home runs and only 10 earned runs. He's got a 341 WOBA on the road. He's given up 6 home runs on the road and 23 earned runs on the road. It is wild.
And if you took out the Seattle game and the Texas game on the road, like, he would be way worse. Because those 2 games he went off. But he would be way worse.
Yeah. And he really hasn't looked good so far. I mean, Cleveland was like the one game where he looked good. That was, of course, at home, but I guess he had a pretty good game at Boston considering, but yeah, he hasn't been dominant at all. I mean, he's had some tough matchups, I'll give him that. The A's are going to be one of the better ones he's had. But like you said, last time he played Oakland in Oakland, he didn't do so hot. At home, dominated, and on the road, didn't do so great. Only went 5 innings, and that's kind of McCullers' thing, man. Like, when he's not doing well, he's walking a lot of guys, things can get a little wild. And as much as the A's do strike out, they also have decent walk rates as a team, like in general. So I anticipate McCullers to be one of the most popular pitchers on the slate, and I think there's merit to that. I know it's on the road, but it is in Oakland. But, I'm going to look for every reason I can to fade him. Right now, it's kind of hard. We haven't seen a ton of pitching options we like, but I'm gonna look for something else because you never want to play McCullers chalk.
I'll play James Shields over him.
James Shields, brah. With it.
I would. I'd play James Shields over Lance McCullers, price considered.
And Mangden, I agree. Mangden, I know he's not a strikeout guy. He's a guy I'll throw against a weak offense, but Houston is just not that. I don't think I want to throw him against Houston. Next up, we got Jaime Barria of Los Angeles Angels visiting Mike Leake of the Seattle Mariners. I don't see a spread or a total. I guess the Angels were a little late to announce Barria. 63 degrees, 55% humidity. Seattle has been red hot. Not even necessarily from an offensive perspective, but just in general. They've won a crap ton of games lately. What do you got?
I know, man. I want to pitch Barria, but then again, I don't. And I want to say that maybe the most surprising pitcher on the year for me is Mike Leake. Like, coming into the year, I'm just like, I'm going to stack against this guy every 5th day. And the dude has actually been pretty dang good. Like, his last 3 games has been pretty dang good. 2 of them was against Tampa. I want to stack against him here. I want Kinsler because he's hot. I like Trout, of course, but he's expensive as hell. Justin Upton is okay. I wish it was a lefty. I don't know. Man. I want to stack against Mike Leake. I probably not. I want Kinsler because he's hot. He's my favorite bat on the Angels. And I want to pitch Barria, but these Seattle bats are scaring me. But I do like Barria a good deal. Like Barria is good in my opinion. Just don't really love that price. But I could say that for every pitcher on the slate except John Gray.
Yeah, that seems to be the story of the slate. I'm with you, man. I think that Barria is not a guy I would usually consider paying at that price, and I probably won't go there. But I mean, he's shown it to us. He's been getting there. He's been getting the job done, and I don't love a lot of other options. It's just Seattle's been playing really well right now. Mike Leake at 6'7", he's been pitching well. You can make an argument that it's the opponents. He is better against righties, but so are the Angels. They're also better against righties, so it's tough to go there as well. I agree. Kinsler, Upton, Valbuena. This Jose Miguel Fernandez kid is also playing pretty well.
Oh yeah, I wrote about him today. I was like, he's probably not going to play lefty on lefty, but he was mashing in the minors.
He was.
He was a major stud. He was a huge, stud prospect. He was a major prospect, and he just had to leave baseball.
And his first game up in the bigs, he had a really good game. I think he had like 2 doubles, something like that. He had a monster game.
Yeah, he's good. I saw everybody keep their eye on him because he's probably not going to play today lefty on lefty, but he's super cheap and he's going to be playing.
Yeah, the Angels could definitely be a sneaky little stack here. Last game here, we got Bartolo Colon, the GOAT of the Texas Rangers, visiting Caleb Ferguson, the lefty from the Los Angeles Dodgers, who had a very rough debut. We don't have a spread for this game either because the Dodgers were really late announcing Ferguson. 72 degrees, 49% humidity. What do you think, man? Ferguson had a really rough first start.
I know. At his price on this slate, like against this team, I'm very interested. Like, this team is not Pittsburgh. Like, this team will swing at terrible pitches. They will watch pitches right down the heart of the plate. They will just watch them go by them and not swing. Then they will swing at a pitch that's 2 feet out of the zone. This team is just so undisciplined. It's a team I love to attack. I think I'm going to be pitching this dude today. I wish it was a little cheaper, but like I just said, I don't like the price on any pitcher on the entire slate except one, and that's John Gray. This pitching slate sucks. I can go here because I love to attack Texas. On the other hand, Texas has major power, so they could get to him, but most of those guys are lefties. That it is like Beltre. He's 100 years old. I don't think he could hit a home run outside of Arlington. The one bat that I think could hit home runs against him is Chirinos. He could also strike out a couple times. I like him. On the other side, Bartolo Colon is a pile of steaming hot garbage, but he pulls rabbits out of the hat constantly, and he could go out here and put up a 12 and not give up any home runs and just tear up your stack. But you got to like the Dodgers. You got to like anybody against Mr. Potato Head. He is a sack of S-word.
Yeah, that was good restraint right there. That was good. The Dodgers have been one of the hotter offenses. I know Bartolo doesn't really get rocked all that often, but again, I think the Dodgers are hot and worth consideration. I think that Caleb Ferguson, I do expect a better game. This is a better matchup for him. The Pirates are really a tough matchup for anybody because they don't strike out a ton. I will acknowledge the Rangers have been playing a lot better lately since getting Beltre back and all these things, but we also have to acknowledge this is a big downgrade in ballpark for them. So they've been playing out in hot Arlington where the ball flies when you tap it, and now they're going to go over and play in this heavier air out in LA, cooler temps. So we'll have to see what prevails. But the moral of this slate is the pitching is horrible. You're going to end up paying a price for a guy you really don't want to pay a price for, and you're going to have to deal with it. So it's going to be an interesting tournament slate. Huge game, a lot of choices. I will say this real quick also. Cash, we have like a huge golf event this week, I think, right? Like huge contest, Millie Makers, all that kind of stuff. What's the event, man?
U.S. Open. U.S. Open?
The U.S. Open. Yes. I mean, I don't know why that came to me out of nowhere, but I just saw something pop up and I was like, wow, there's some huge golf contests. So
Oh yeah, there's some huge ones.
So now would probably be a good time to let everybody know to come check out our golf package. You can get it for $4.99. Tomorrow night we will be recording the Y stream with Cash for the golf event, so it'll be a private live podcast kind of like this after Cash has done some research and all that. And then, of course, you'll get access to Cash's article as well. But come check it out. Cash has been really helping our guys out with some golf stuff, man. Hopping in the chat, posting ownerships, all kinds of stuff, man. So come see what we got. With that said, if you haven't already checked this out at ysake.com, at least for baseball, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. The nation remains hot again. Another winning night. I'll knock it. It wasn't the $2,000 I was hoping for, but I'll take the 400. But the nation in general, man, we got people winning every night. It's a great time to come and rock with us. $2.50, all it takes to get in for a day. It's one full day. You will get access to tomorrow's strategy session. The strategy session we only do Monday through Friday, and it's only when there's no early slate. So that's no Wednesday, no Thursday, because we have early slate. So Tuesday does qualify. So we will do a strategy session. It'll be a long show, so make sure that you're ready. Bring a notebook, all that good stuff. Write your shit down. But that's just one of the things we do. After that, we have our expert poll that comes out. You get just some quick thoughts of key questions on the slate from some of the YSIG analysts. You get Johnny's cash game article. Tomorrow you get CashinDFS's GPP article. You get Cam's cheat sheets. We get a Y stream, which is a live podcast kind of like this. But an hour and a half before lock, after everybody's done their research, we can actually ask questions. And after we've all dug in, obviously we try our hardest on these podcasts for you, but they are a first look. But yeah, anyway, guys, come see for yourself. $2.50, all it costs to get in for a day. I always say it, if you can't afford $2.50, you probably shouldn't be playing DFS. And if you don't play DFS, unless you just like the way we bullshit, then this podcast probably isn't much helpful. Although I do think at times we can be entertaining. I don't know about the everyday thing. Sometimes I'm sure that we're just to the business. But anyway, guys, come rock with us, man. Check us out, ysec.com. All right, Cash, let's do some top threes, man. This is going to be fun. Top three pitchers, man.
John Gray. Eduardo Rodriguez and Caleb freaking Ferguson.
Caleb Fergie. I'm going to stay with those first two games, man. John Gray, my favorite by far, and then Erod and Nola. It's going to be tough to play those guys together, but I'm going to try to make it work. There's no cores, and I'm going to try. But right now, those are the three guys. Top three stacks. What do you got?
Boston Red Sox. Cincinnati Reds. And I'll say the Chicago White Sox.
I like it. I will go with the Cardinals. I will go with the White Sox as well. I like that call. And I'll go with the Cubbies against the Brew Crew. There's actually a few spots I like. There are for bats. And things could change if there's some roofs opening up. Wink, wink, Miami. Dong watch time, Cash. Who's your first pick? Who's going yard tomorrow?
I just lead off with this guy every single day. JD Martinez.
I like it.
Like, the ISO is just outrageous. You're on mute.
Damn it. I'm not Aiden. Did you hear me sneeze or no? Okay.
Nah.
So this mic is so weird. I hit the mute button for the sneeze, which I caught it, but then when I went to unmute it, it didn't unmute. Playing games on me. I will go with I'll take Scott Schebler. Why not?
I love that. I was going to say that too.
Why not?
I say. I mean, I was going to say him or Joey Votto, so I'll say Joey Votto.
I like it. I'll go with Jose Martinez. Let's keep it going, man. Keep the streak rolling.
Every day. I don't know how this guy hits little league fastballs, but Max Muncy is a freaking beast. This dude's a beast, man. This dude be going ham on the daily.
Yes.
The dude's a beast, man. I was like, I didn't know who this guy was when I first seen him. I'm like, man, this guy just going ham every day. Bellinger, I don't know how he hits minor league. Not minor league, little league fastballs either. But dude's on fire.
Yes, that he is. That he is. I like the call. I will wrap this up with Austin Meadows against Clay Bucknuts. Yeah, and that'll do it. I like the call.
Love them. Love them. Love them.
And that's going to do it for the Wise Take DFS podcast. Don't forget, guys, check us out at wisetake.com. Baseball content, yada, yada, yada. And in all seriousness, the golf stuff, man. If you're interested in trying golf, DraftKings has the Millie Maker this week. Big contests out there. Huge event. It's a great time to try it. So come see what it's all about. We have all sports packages, all that good stuff. And also, follow us on Twitter at wise_take. If we have sales and stuff, we'll usually announce them over there. So check it out and see what the latest sale is. Get yourself a little deal. Usually the deals are only on commitment things like monthlies, yearly, season longs, but either way, deal's a deal. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you are watching on Facebook, give us a like and a share. Support the Wise Take Nation. If you're watching on Twitter or Twitch, give us a follow, like, retweet, support us. And if you're listening on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Help bump us up those charts. Cash, anything in closing?
Yeah, I just saw Charlie Blackmon's price.
Wild.
Damn it.
Wow. Damn.
Why can't we make him cheap when he comes out of court? Like,
damn it,
he's
man.
not been that great. Like, make him 4-7, 5-1.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So, for CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.